has accepted the invitation of Paul Shackleton, head of the Scientific Paranormal Research Center, to be submitted to an exhaustive scientific study of his extrasensory abilities. Isn't that right, Ted?
Yes, that's the way it is, Dana. For 2 weeks, Simon Silver, who had been called into question in this very university by the late Margaret Matheson, will put himself through all kinds of tests designed by a committee of experts from the SPRC. University sources confirm that Dr. Matheson had been suffering from a rare and long-standing vascular condition, which could be the cause of her unexpected illness and sudden death.
Why didn't you tell me?
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Why didn't you tell me?
Why don't you step into my office, Doc?
I want to be in that committee, Shackleton. Whatever it takes, I don't care what. I want to be there.
It's impossible. The team has already been presented. There's nothing I can do.
Don't give me your excuses, Shackleton. Just do it.
The committee was approved by Silver. You know what that means? It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Whatever it takes, Shackleton. No more whining. No more moaning. Ask for more observers. Make up whatever story you want. Get that over-subsidized brain of yours working. I want to be there. I'll be waiting for your call.
Don't leave me here. Let me at least try and help you.
Look, I'm gonna be fine. It's just for a little while, okay?
Oh, look at you, Tom. Margaret was right. Can't you see it? Just let it go.
I need to know how he does it.
What difference does it make how he does it? Forget about Silver, Tom. There's certain things it's better not to know.
Sally, I just need to know.
Have been installed to detect the exertion of any physical force or the use of irregular chemical compounds, such as mercuric chloride, known to alter the resistance level of metals. Each piece has been specially marked to prevent the possibility of any swap during the tests. Thermoelectric heat meters, voltmeters, radiation monitors, everything in the Scientific Paranormal Research Center lab is in place to test Simon Silver, who this morning may have just canceled a number of his public appearances.
This just isn't fair. We've been waiting in line for 2 days, eating and sleeping here. Who's standing up for our rights?
It wasn't just a show for me. For me, it was more important than that.
I don't care, hell, I really don't. If he thinks it's cool, I think it's cool. I just hope he shows those smart-ass college know-it-alls.
Shit, what the hell are all these people doing here anyway? Like, they put on the TV for 15 minutes and obey like sheep. What's this guy done that's so incredible? Like, has nobody heard of Chris Angel?
It's a matter of absolute priority that science begins to learn all it can about these forces. We can't wait any longer. The aim of my public appearance is just to generate the necessary conditions so that our blind society will open its eyes to the existence of other forms of energy. These forces can't be ignored any longer. They have to be verified and accepted once and for all. Thank you.
Is it true that you're going to cancel some of your other shows? Cancel. I'm just rescheduling. Mr. Silver, one more question.
More than 100 journalists have requested accreditation to cover the SPRC experiments, more like the numbers we expect at a political summit than scientific research. However, only a handful of media outlets have been granted access to the inside of the building, and none are allowed to remain there while the tests are taking place.
We're trying to guarantee controlled conditions. We're scientists, and for the first time in history, we could just obtain conclusive results about the reality of extrasensory perception, the power of the mind over matter. Our priority has to be to ensure the veracity of those results. Today's a great day, ladies and gentlemen. We could just be about to go beyond a point of no return.
Cut. Great, we got it.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming. From now on, no cameras except the universities will be allowed in the lab. Thank you again for your cooperation. Remember, Buckley, you don't form a part of this committee. You're just an observer. Make no contribution to the design of the tests or the control protocols. You can look, you can listen, and you can shut your goddamn mouth. I don't think I'm scared of you. What I'm putting up with you is out of respect for Margaret. I try to honor her in the same way. Mr. Silver. Mr. Silver, allow me to say thank you for agreeing to do this, and let me apologize in advance for any inconvenience we might cause. Science will be very grateful to you.
It's my sole objective. It's me who should be grateful to you.
Oh, you already know Dr. Haynes?
Doctor.
Dr. Campbell?
Doctor. Yes, sir. Doctor.
Dr. Conrad Jennings, professor of biomedical engineering, University of Leeds, is kindly joined us. And Professor Franklin, Professor of Physics, Case Western University, Ohio.
Doctor.
Now, if you don't mind.
Well, there's another guest here, isn't that right?
Yes, that is right. Excuse me, I didn't introduce you formally. Have you met before?
I don't know, have we?
Dr. Buckley of the university's psychology department. He worked very closely with Dr.
I have a great interest in the figure of Dr. Buckley. I follow his progress very closely. It's been a difficult time for all of us, Tom. How are you getting along? We're so sorry to hear about Dr. Matheson.
Of course, we can begin whenever you feel ready. I'd like to come this way. You know this isn't an exact science. Take your time, whatever you need. We thought about starting with something straightforward, you know, like an icebreaker.
Oh, sure. Psychic photography.
Photography, yeah. How'd you know?
Well, it's been a long time since I did this. Very long time indeed. Digital, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Exactly. Do you need...
I just need a simple piece of cardboard. I don't want my fingers smudging the lens.
We opted to prepare a plastic cylinder. Hope you don't mind. It's a ½ inch in diameter. Is it okay? Will it do?
One never knows, Dr. Shackleton. As you just said yourself, this isn't an exact science.
Do you mind?
Go ahead.
Please be careful with my watch. The glass top flips up. I don't want the hands moved by mistake.
From now on, you'll not be allowed to withdraw your hands from the table unless it's for the purpose of another inspection. You understand that, don't you?
Yes.
If you do so, the test will be declared invalid.
Okay. Thank you. Ready when you are.
This film shows the first 6 days of investigation carried out in the Scientific Paranormal Research Center with Mr. Simon Silver. All the images correspond to the filming of real experiments. No scene has been recreated. This is Simon Silver. For the following experiment, Silver received 3 different models of still camera. A middle-range digital camera with a fixed lens focused on infinity, a conventional analogical camera with a 50mm lens focused on infinity, and an instant Polaroid camera also focused on infinity. Silver's attempts with the digital camera did not produce any positive result. The second camera registered only partial results, insufficient for a positive evaluation. Only the Polaroid camera allowed the apparent projection of Silver's thoughts onto the photographic plate. There is no scientific explanation for these results. The cylinder, or gizmo, which Silver was provided with in order to concentrate the flow of his thoughts, was carefully checked before and after each experiment in order to rule out any possible manipulation. Silver claims to be capable of bending metal at a distance without needing to touch it. However, during the course of these tests, this could not be experimentally confirmed. Following a more relaxed protocol, Silver was allowed to touch the metal, which, as can be seen in the film, was indeed bent. Visual analysis of the film is insufficient to determine whether Silver possesses extremely strong fingers and great control of micro-manipulation movements, or whether the distortion is in fact caused by paranormal ability, as he claims. Later, Simon Silver held his hand out to the continuous flow of a running tap. As the images show, the flow of water was notably deviated by some kind of external stimulus around Silver's hand. The difficulty in measuring this distortion in a conclusive manner means this demonstration has been excluded from any experimental evaluation.
I think I've got it, Doctor. I was trying with a second adapter, but if I could just join...
Concentrate, Ben. I appreciate your help. No more mistakes, okay?
I'm sorry, Doctor, I promise.
Don't promise anything. Just plug it in. Good.
What, black and white?
It's fine. It doesn't matter. Okay. Keep going, keep going, keep going, Stop. Stop there. Okay, this was the last test. Telepathy boots. During the whole 2 weeks, I wasn't able to get within 6 feet of Silver, but you and I both know the whole thing is a farce.
Actually, Dr. Buckley,
fucking farce. Okay, rewind. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, go to the other side of the gym. Stop, Ben, stop there, stop. You know, right now, Shackleton is analyzing the data, getting ready to publish his positive findings tonight, which just happens to coincide with Silver's last show, which by some strange coincidence just happens to be taking place in this very city. It's the finale he's been after all along.
But why all this pressure? If we find out something afterwards, then I have to change the findings.
Ben, nothing that happens afterwards will matter. Listen to me, you are the only guy separating the world from stupidity at this point in time, okay? Okay? Now, you see this button? I've spent 2 days loading all the images from all the cameras and syncing them frame by frame. We've got all the angles in here, okay? Okay? Okay, Ben? This is the reception booth. Silver is the receiver. That's the instrument panel. It's got 10 luminous buttons. Normally, they put a playing card in each one, but given that Silver is blind, they just number them 1 through 10.
Okay, and what's supposed to...
Shh, quiet. Now, second booth. Doesn't matter, it's just a dead bird. This is the transmission booth. Now, you see the monitor? It's a closed circuit.
Is he seeing his own panel?
No. He's seeing Silver's panel. It's supposed to help him concentrate. So, the computer randomly turns on a light, then the guy concentrates on the number he's been given, okay? When he thinks he knows the number, he presses the red button, which sets off a signal in Silver's booth. Then Silver hears the signal, he clears his mind and concentrates whatever the fuck. When he thinks he knows the answer, he presses the corresponding number he thinks the guy has sent. Is that clear? Okay. The experiment lasted a total of 7 hours, including breaks. It was repeated a total of 9 times in blocks of 10. The results were spectacular, with a deviation rate 8 times higher than can be explained by chance. Now, what does this mean?
That Silver's power...
No, it means that Silver is pulling a fast one. You know how I know this? Because telepathy does not exist. Because nobody has special powers. Now, the protocol in theory is sound. It's just that Silver has found a way of breaching it. Okay, don't look for radio transmitters because the booths work as Faraday chambers. I've checked them, they're isolated.
What if he's not pulling a fast one?
We've got 4.5 hours of footage there from 7 different cameras. That's 30 hours.
What exactly am I supposed to be looking for?
An explanation, Ben, just an explanation. Try to make it rational.